It's time for another Dice Tower review from Gamers Remorse.
Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're taking a look at Zombie House, where one of us is going to be a zombie and the rest of us survivors. Potentially.
Zombie House is a semi-cooperative game for 2 to 8 players, in which you find yourselves barricaded within a house full of strangers during the zombie apocalypse, only to learn one of you has been infected. Each player begins by placing their human pawn on one of the game rooms. Once all players have played their pawns, they roll a 20-sided die. The lowest roller becomes the zombie and replaces their human pawn with the zombie pawn. Players each have a hand of 4 6-sided cards, which have actions on them. Players choose one action on 3 of the 4 cards and use the remaining card to mark which actions were chosen using the arrow on the back of the card. Once all players have set their actions, they simultaneously reveal and resolve their actions on a round-by-round basis. The game ends when all the zombies have either been defeated or all the humans have been converted. The surviving team, be they human or undead, is declared the victors, but the rules state winning may not be the end goal. Bragging rights truly are.
Shall we all roll to see who's the zombie?
Let's.
One.
What?
Oh.
You guys are both. So you guys have a roll off to see who's zombie.
Roll
Okay?
off. Oh, yeah.
19.
Dang.
One of us is getting attacked this
I
time.
want that one.
Not necessarily.
No.
E. Rush Beers.
Because he can't bite after he
can't bite.
changes
True.
room. So
we're okay. We're just,
yeah, you guys could just hesitate, grab a couple of weapons.
which is the plan.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that for you. But he can't do anything about it, right?
Yep.
All right, we're ready?
Yeah.
Really do
First
much
one,
this turn.
I hesitate.
I hesitate.
Oh, you're not there.
Second one,
Hesitate.
Yeah, boy, you didn't really do anything.
Then hesitate.
And then hesitate.
All right, so who do we decide who goes first? We roll die,
you
right?
just stayed in the hall?
I stayed in the hall for this one.
All right, so let's
So we
roll
just
to see
roll.
who draws over.
I can higher roll.
High, right?
11.
So Brian first.
Yeah. All right.
No weapon?
Yeah,
Oh, pistola. Oh, man. Oh, crap.
And then you have to roll to see how
It was a
many bullets.
17,
You
by the
got,
way.
In that case, I'm taking it. No, I'll take the 11.
so you got 5 bullets.
So you have 5 bullets.
Here you go.
1 in the chamber,
Okay.
4 in the clip.
I get a weapon and it's a freaking no. Brian, you took my
And I get a weapon and it's an axe.
Oh, yeah.
That means I can kill a human.
Can we
Go
just
for me.
highlight the fact that every time we've played this game, Sean has had terrible luck drawing weapons?
It is.
What is that, your fourth
sad.
no weapon?
In 5 draws.
A room change.
hesitate.
Room change.
Room change.
My room changed.
All right,
A
rush.
shot.
I shot.
Oh no! I didn't even think about that.
Wait.
We just shot at each other.
Wait,
You can't shoot.
Hit.
You
Oh,
hit.
wait.
Oh, yeah. It's a hit.
Was there? Did I,
So we'll
so
let
you
that
hit.
slide because
Yeah.
you meant to
No,
hit.
you
But
gotta
here's the
kill
thing.
him. You got to
No,
kill him
but
right
here's
now.
the thing. I hesitated, so I don't have to shoot.
Oh yeah, you get to rethink about it. You
Yeah, you
probably
get to
shouldn't.
So
Do it anyway.
I know he's going to attack me with an axe.
Do it. Do it.
oh, I didn't think this through.
You know-
That was a terrible play.
I'm not going to shoot.
Oh,
But see, if I
man.
shoot, I could roll 2 die, but then one of us would die.
Yes.
So,
Whereas if you don't,
But if I
win,
don't and I win, then it's good.
so I have to roll 2 die and you roll 1 die.
I roll 1 die.
yeah, if he chooses not to shoot.
I am so sorry, guys. This was a terrible play. I thought he was. Never mind. Okay.
All right, let's try it out.
Oh,
You
Say, guys.
Oh,
Brian gets an axe in the face.
So I just killed Brian.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
That was the quickest game ever.
All right.
That was so stupid.
That was hilarious.
No, it's
is what
okay.
that was.
Okay, I
It's
room
okay.
change for my third action.
That was hilarious.
Gosh.
Okay, so what's your
I
third?
hesitated.
You should have hesitated before.
So that means I get to pick up the gun.
Yes.
Yeah. I am picturing the scenario in my head though, and it is hysterical. It is actually feasible.
Well, because if I enter,
Zombies are in your house.
if I enter a a dark room and I feel something coming at me, I swing the axe.
Yeah.
I hit Brian in the face.
But see, the great
But at the
thing,
same time,
though-
Brian's like, "Oh, it's you."
Because it's like I hear something in the bathroom and in the hall, so I cock the pistol,
Yeah.
and then I see someone come through, and I'm like, oh, it's
You hit me with an axe. No. You would come out more like, "Sorry."
so sorry. That was the terrible first play ever. Okay, I'm ready.
In this game, though, the zombie should be able to come in and just feast on your corpse.
And I run.
Yeah, and then turn you into a zombie. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hesitate.
I hesitated, so I picked up. So I dropped that and I picked up that.
Oh, we're going after this. Okay, I went into roulette.
Ooh.
We're going at it. Oh boy.
I really hope you shot shoot next.
Alright, I shot.
I bite.
I hesitated. Oh, so two versus two.
Oh boy.
Come on. Do I want the guy who killed me or the guy who wanted to eat me?
This could be the quickest game ever.
20!
No!
Oh!
That's game.
That's game!
Yeah.
That was so much quicker.
Oh,
Are you serious?
That's game.
Perfect.
Let me see if I get a weapon at first.
I hope you don't.
wow.
I'm gonna say I had an amazing strategy. Hit Brian. Take his gun. Shoot Nate.
Oh my god.
According to the rules, though, I technically won because I have a great story to tell, and that I got shot.
That's true.
That's
And then I
true.
have the weapon to kill
That's
the guy.
very true.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now it's time to review. I'm going to go through my rubric first. Quality of components 0 to 2. I'm actually giving it a 0.5. This is one of the areas that this game really struggles with. So they had really cool mechanics in the game, things that I haven't really seen used much of before, like the hex cards and whatnot. However, the quality themselves of the components, they kind of lacked. So when I'm talking visuals, right? The rules, those were difficult to read, and after probably 30 minutes of reading through that with my monotone voice, these gentlemen actually agreed to continue to play the game, which was good. But the hex cards also, the font is really small, and that had some issues. Good balance of skill deluxe 0 to 1. I gave it a 1. I know it's using D20s, which are all over the place in values, but it worked for it, you know? I mean, if you think about it, and the game designer actually had a note in the back that said, you know, if this were a true event and you're running from a zombie, you're making mistakes. You're running, you know, you're freaking out. And the D20 resembles that. It resembles you got really lucky and rolled a 20, right? Or you're just bad luck, you know, you tripped and fell in the bathroom and you're now getting chomped on by a zombie. So analysis paralysis 0 to 1. I gave that a 1. It seemed like a lot of our decisions happened really fast. There probably is room for an analyzer type person to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what everyone else is doing before they make those decisions. But a game like this, I probably wouldn't play with those types of people anyway, just because you'll have that, you know. Theme 0 to 2. As I said, this is a genre I really get into, so I gave that a 2. I really did like the theme. Once I got over the visual aspects of it, I really got into it. So thrill versus competitive 0 to 2. There was absolutely thrill, and I loved that part of this game. You feel like someone's chasing you, and you've got to get out of there. You've got to outsmart them by maneuvering into a different room, whether temporarily or just on your path to try and search for weapons. It just made sense to me, and I really felt a lot of competition in this game. Was it fun? 1 to 2. I haven't given out a lot of 2s in this category lately, but I really, really did have fun in this game. So I gave it a 2. I mean, I would absolutely play this game, and honestly, with how quick it goes, I would play this game, you know, 3-4 times in a night, you know, if people inquired about it, or I might just do that anyway, just because this is a game that would appeal to a lot of non-gamers anyway. But I will say, there are things about this game that really bothered me, and so I have a couple of demerits to hand out for this game as well. The first one is player elimination. I cannot say this enough. Player elimination is the abomination of all board games. Pure and simple, right? I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Bad rules, you get another demerit, so you lose another point for that. Just because the rules have the wall of text, that could be something that's fixed. Overall, I gave it a 6.5. I think that makes sense for this game. If you have problems with visuals, that would probably weigh further on you and drop the score a little bit, just because the visuals do need an upgrade. Brian, what'd you think?
Sorry. Oh. Like Sean said, this game surprised me in a good way. When he was first reading the rules, I already decided I didn't like it. Before having played it, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, this game is terrible. But being the man of high regard I am, I decided I'm going to play it, and I'm going to give it a fair chance. And I'm glad I did. The visuals, you know, 0.5. The art style is very, I don't want to say amateur, but
It is.
it is. There's no other way to say it. It's very basic, very two-dimensional, no gradation. And then with skill to luck in that spectrum, I'm giving it a 0.75, mostly because I loved the card mechanic of the 3 different options per card. I thought that was fascinating. I really enjoyed that. I would love to see that utilized in more in other ways. I loved how, based on how you prepared yourself, you would roll different numbers of die, thus increasing the chance of succeeding or, in the other player's case, failing in an assault or an escape or what have you. But at the same time, there is a lot of luck in drawing the weapons. We saw in one of our playthroughs, Sean searched for weapons 4 times, and it wasn't until his 4th time that he got a weapon. And no, there is only 4 no weapon founds, and he drew 3 of those 4, drawing through the weapon deck. So that was obviously frustrating for him, whereas on both me and Nate, our first draws were weapons. Then on this one, we saw, again, like 2 first draw weapons and a no weapon again for Sean. And so that was kind of where that was, I would say, the one failing in the skill luck spectrum is that aspect. And so maybe if there were just a few weak weapons, but no matter what, you always had a weapon. And then you could always search to find a new weapon. The pacing I thought was fantastic. The way that everyone takes their turn at the same time, so there's no such thing as not your turn. It's always your turn, except when you're watching people roll dice. And how long can it take to roll dice, realistically? There are those people who they would sit here and be like, all right, well, I have 6 options on this card, and I have 4 options on this card, and 6 options on this one, and 4 on that one, and just don't invite those people to have fun with you. And theme and immersion, like Sean said, I mean, zombies are alive right now. I'll let that sink in. But, you know, it's a theme that works very well, and the way they made this, you know, you're hesitating, you're fleeing, you're rushing, like, you feel that theme very well. It is very much, I'm in a house with strangers, one of them is a zombie, they're turning the others, what do? I panic. I thought that worked fantastic. As far as the mechanics, I'm giving that a 0.5. Like I said, I liked the card mechanics. I liked the different way you had to have certain room changes to go through certain rooms. That was very clever. The way combat resolved, I thought was very enjoyable. But, I mean, there were a few things mechanically that were problematic, and the first one is just understanding the mechanics. Because to learn the mechanics, you need to read the rule book. To read the rule book, you deserve to be a saint. I'd say that's kind of a deduction on the mechanics there is, you know, you have to figure them out. They're not just naturally, oh, that's obvious. But once you know them, they're really fun. And then was it fun? I'm going to give this 1.5. It was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. You know, after our first playthrough, it was like, all right, let's play this again. I'm excited. Let's do this. And, I mean, it's one of those games, like Sean mentioned, you can play multiple times. People would see you play it and they'd be like, hey, can I get in on the next game? And, you know, you can play more than, we had 4 players. I believe you can play up to 8 players. That would be chaotic. I would love to try this with 8 players at some point. You know, but all in all, it was a great game. 6.5 as well. I would definitely recommend this for your next Halloween or zombie game night. Nate, what were your thoughts?
I guess for me, I really enjoyed it as well, especially like the diversity of rounds you can have. You can have short rounds, you can have longer rounds, but regardless, we kind of made our own story going on about what happened, and you can do that with any round you have. I guess I love the concept, the zombie concept, and all that is always a huge thing I'm into. I guess for me, I'd probably give it about a 7 or so.
Yeah, I am a huge fan of the zombie genre, so I was really looking forward to playing this game. At first, I was kind of like Brian and was kind of not looking forward to playing it after we started going through the rules. But then once we started playing it, this game was a lot of fun. The mechanics were awesome. The mechanics of these cards, as Brian was talking about, and just moving around from room to room. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun when we made up our own kind of story of what happened when I killed Brian on accident. So I would say I would give it a 7 as well, like Nate.
So 6.5, 7 brings a grand total of 6.75.
Mm-hmm. All right. Again, this is a game out at the Game Crafter. Please check it out if this game interests you. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.